Bang. What about now? There we go. In the building. Bullshit is turned off. We got it on. Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series coming up here. North Carolina. Man, Smoke said North Carolina. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series is going to be coming up. I think they just got this Jared Kenny here. They're going over some things with him. It's good that it has not started yet because we can go ahead and get a little bit of predictions in for UFC Greenville. In the meantime, it's a great card. We're going to actually be going there live. If anybody's going to Greenville and they want to come hang out with us, say what's up to us. Of course, we getting lit down there, whatever, you know. Everybody come say what's up. More than welcome to come interact with us. Hold on. Is there a Greenville, North Carolina? I didn't think that. Could be. Our Greenville, South Carolina is actually pretty close to North Carolina. So, I mean, it's weird that they would have another Greenville in North Carolina, but maybe. Starting the card, in the main card, Ashley Yoder versus Sajiri Kondo. Yoder 6-4 in MMA, 0-2 in the Ultimate Fighter, and then let's see, 1-1 in the UFC. In the UFC, she had losses to Mackenzie Byrne and then a win over Amanda Cooper, which was her most recent. Along with her two tough losses were to Justine Kish and Angela Hill. Our last fight was November 10th. That was the Amanda Cooper fight, and that fight was actually on the Yair Rodriguez versus Chan Sung Jung Korean Zombie card. And Chan Sung Jung once again is the main event for this card here. So I guess Ashley Yoder sticking around with Chan Sung Jung. Sajiri Kondo. Sajiri Kondo is 13-1 kickboxing record and then 6-2 MMA record. Her first fight in the U.S. kickboxing and MMA will be in Greenville, South Carolina. It's kind of a weird spot to be your first fighting introduction to the United States is in South Carolina. It's a little strange. But she's 1-2 in the UFC. Her first MMA fight, it's her first MMA fight in the States. They're all their kickboxing fights were either in Japan or China. The three, and the same thing with the pro MMA, and the three fights in the UFC she has Japan, Chile, and China. So no United States. Last fought November 24th, so maybe 2 weeks exactly after Ashley Yoder's last fight, around the same area. Yoder, I believe, is going to win this fight by decision. It's just kind of a pick-em situation there for me, in my opinion. It's hard to tell which one would have the upper hand. I think the kickboxing will definitely go to Kondo, but at the same time, we don't see many women with a knockout. We see Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica Andrade got a couple, but we don't see a lot of them. They're not often that they happen. So I'm not always going to bank on the kickboxer just to outpoint by getting the leg kicks in there and doing this and that. I'm gonna for sure go and try to pick the grappler, the person who can grapple the best in a women's fight. It's going to be Ashley Yoder to me. So I'm going to go Ashley Yoder by decision. Kevin Holland, Alessio De Shirto. I don't know, Italian last name. I'm Italian, I can't pronounce it. Kevin Holland's 14-4 in MMA, 2-1 in the UFC. He lost to Thiago Santos in his debut and then submitted John Phillips, got a decision win over Gerald Meerschaert. He also has losses to Rafael Lata Jr., who's going to be fighting for the Bellator middleweight belt here soon in a Legacy FC. 2015, and then his other loss was to Curtis Melander in LFA in 2017. Um, Santos scored 2018. His last fight was March 30th, 2019, against Mearshot, and he's never been knocked out. It's important to say that he's never been knocked out. Now, Alessio is 12-2 in MMA, 3-2 in the UFC. So both his MMA losses coming in the UFC. One of them was to Bojan Vilovic by decision, and then Eric Spicely, who's also on this card, short notice is on this card. He lost 2 by submission. 9 out of 12 of his wins are finishes. So he, just like Holland, is a finisher. I just feel like at this point in both men's careers, I'm going to have to give it to here comes the Contender Series. I'm going to have to give it to I'm going to say another interesting thing about the Contender Series in a minute. I'm going to have to give it to Kevin Holland, and I'm going to go knockout, second round, Kevin Holland. But for the Contender Series, Dana White actually was talking to Brett Okamoto, and he made it clear that people could just show up to this the Contender Series fights. There's no paying for tickets, anything. It's free. You just show up. And after Brett announced that, it was about an hour and a half, maybe an hour. Later, it was sold out, completely at capacity, and Dana White had to tell people to stop coming, yada, yada. Let me share this really quick. Post that there. See how much love that gets. I just made a new Facebook for the Barbecue Pit. If anybody's out there watching, the Barbecue Pit _MMA on Facebook. Everybody go like that. Of course, sub to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Come find us on Twitter and Instagram and all that shit. One of the best fights, I believe, on this card, this Greenville card, is Andrea Lee versus Montana De La Rosa, which was like the second or third fight they even announced for this. So I was immediately sold because it's like the second or third fight they announced. And this is going to be a good one. I'm going to start with De La Rosa, 10-4 in MMA. 8 out of her 10 wins are by submission. 1-0 in the UFC, 2-0 on the Ultimate Fighter. She has losses to Mackenzie Dern and Legacy. And then Cynthia Calvillo and LFA. Two most recent wins are over Rachel Ostovich in the Ultimate Fighter, and then Nadia Kassem on February 10th, her debut in the UFC. Beast, just an absolute beast. Montana De La Rosa is crazy submission fighter, and that fight with Mackenzie Dern was honestly a really good fight back in Legacy. It was a long time ago, so I was early in De La Rosa's career. Definitely a lot better submission artist now. Don't let her get you to the ground, Angela Lee. That's the only thing you can say is don't let her get you to the ground. Angela Lee is 10-2, 2-0 in the UFC. She has wins over Rachel Ostovich also, and Roxanne Modafferi in Invicta, not in the UFC. Her most recent win is over Ashley Evans Smith back in February. So Andrea Lee's got the stand up. Montana De La Rosa's got the ground game. That's another one of those things that it's who's gonna is she gonna get the takedown, or is she gonna be able to, or is Angela Lee gonna be able to stand up and defend the takedown and stay away from her and yada yada. I'm gonna go with Montana De La Rosa getting the takedown. I think that's a lot more likely to see her get the takedown, work her submission game. So I'm going to go with Montana De La Rosa there by first round submission. I think it's going to be later in the first round, but it will be in the first round. I didn't check to see if that shit's making a sound. Another thing, we're going to go back and forth till the fights come on. But another thing about Dana White's Contender Series is one of the media members asked Dana, what's up with Snoop? Is Snoop coming back for the Contender Series? And Dana said he's really good friends with Snoop. It was very cool doing that with Snoop. Snoop is not a cheap guy. He's definitely not cheap to do commentary. But Snoop also did want to do commentary, or he wanted to be involved with the UFC for a very long time. So it was good to have him last year. He said, not this season. There's going to be no Snoop during this season of the Dana White's Contender Series, but he did not rule out the fact that Snoop could be back and could return to do something with the Contender Series, which I love. We here at the barbecue, but we smoke, we get barbecued. The word. When we watch the Fight Companion, it's fun, man. It's fun to sit back, puff on something and fucking watch people beat the fuck out of each other. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing, and Snoop Dogg obviously sees that. He sees that it's fun to do that, and he likes to do it. I like it, man. They had him upstairs when he was doing it previously, and they said it was still smelling where the guys were fighting, like in the cage where the guys were fighting, it still smelled there. And Snoop Dogg's upstairs, not even in the same, not even close to him. He's upstairs, which I don't know how true that is. Cause I believe I seen Snoop like walk out of his little room and see one of the fighters walk by and he's dapping him up and shit. But I don't know. The fighter might have went upstairs. I don't really know. But Dana said that he was upstairs and they smelled it back in the cage, which is not good for the fighters, But probably pretty fun for Snoop Dogg. So hopefully we see Snoop back next season. Very excited for our season of Dana White Contender Series here. Was it 4 to 8 weeks maybe of this? And it's on Tuesday night. So we're here. Tuesday night prediction show. Will also be a fight companion for the Contender Series. So I'm excited for that. And apparently there's mad episodes. 8. We're on 8. Let's see if we got any more. Oh, that's a lot. 8 episodes, so 8 weeks. Those are some good names you see coming out of there. Jimmy Crute, Ryan Spann, Devontae Smith. Let's see, Greg Hardy, of course. Juan Adams. T. Edwards. It's a bunch of great guys coming out of the Contender Series from last season, so we can't wait to see who we're going to get this season. Moving on, we got 3 more fights on the Greenville main card, and we're just going to go over the prelims, and then we got fights ahead of us. Excuse me. We got Brian Barberina back after his fight with Vicente Luque, his fight of the night performance earlier this year. He ended up coming up on the wrong side of that fight, but he's a banger. He's a brawler. He's gonna take Randy Brown into deep waters. Hopefully, he's 14-6 in MMA, 5-4 in the UFC. He's got wins over Sage Northcutt, Joe Proctor, Jake Ellenberger. And then, of course, we talked about his loss to Vicente Luque. 10 out of 14 of his wins are by TKO. He's a brawler, man. He puts it down when he needs to, and that's a good thing. It's good for the fans. It's good to see. Randy Brown we haven't seen since July of last year when he got knocked out. And Nico Price knocked him out with punches off of his back, which may have been the first time that ever happened. But that's July of last year. I mean, Randy Brown has taken a lot of time off of fighting. He is 10-3 in MMA, 4-3 in UFC. So all of his losses in MMA, professional MMA career, coming in the UFC. Of course, we say lost to Nico Price. November of the previous year, so November of 2017, he actually beat Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall's an up-and-coming welterweight class, so that was exciting to see. Kind of has a back-and-forth career a little bit. I'm going to go Brian Barberina, third-round knockout. I think that was a good fight. I would have been comfortable with putting a Vicente Luque, Brian Barberina rematch as the main event for this card. If we're being completely honest, I think that's how good that fight was earlier this year. That we could have just did a rematch for the main event. It could have been the main event of this card. Now I'm happy. I love the main event that we have now. But I gotta tell you, seeing Brian Barberina and Vicente Luque go at it again would be fucking a thriller. John Lineker, I believe, is coming off of he's a short notice replacement also, going against Rob Font. Lineker 31-9, 40 MMA fights, pro MMA fights in his career. He's been with the UFC since 2012, so he's 7 years in. He's got wins over Ian McCall. He beat Rob Font in 2016 already. Mike McDonald, Marlon Vera, and Brian Kelleher He lost his UFC debut, and other than that, his only losses in the UFC are to Ali Bagatonov, TJ Dillashaw, and Corey Sandhagen, which was his last fight on April 27th. So at the end of April. So it's been about a month or so, a month and a half since his last fight, which is pretty interesting. He got a quick turnaround for John Lineker there. 14 out of 31 of his wins are by knockout, and he has never been knocked out. Rob Font is 16-4, 6-3 in the UFC. Only UFC losses are to John Lineker, which I believe was his debut. Pedro Munoz and Rafael Assunção, with his most recent fight being a decision win over Sergio Pettis back in December. Sergio Pettis. He also has never been knocked out. 11 out of 16 of his wins are by way of finish. So mix-up of knockout and submission there. It's hard. Neither guy being knocked out right front, I would have believed to have somewhat of a advantage in the stand-up. John Lineker, hands of stone Lineker. I'm going to give the knockout to John Lineker's second round knockout. Which brings us to the main event, Renato Moicano. We're trying to speed up a little bit because fights are about to start. Renato Moicano versus Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. Renato Moicano is 13-2 in MMA. Both his losses come in the UFC. He's 5-2 in the UFC. His only losses are to Brian Ortega and Jose Aldo, which was his most recent fight back in February, I believe. He has wins over Cub Swanson, Calvin Kattar, Jeremy Stevens, Zubara Tukabov, the teammate of Zabit that was involved in the not Zabit, the teammate of Khabib that was involved in the big scuffle with Conor McGregor back in October. So big wins over there for Moicano. Beast on the ground. Chan Sung Jung, on the other hand, is a stand-up brawler, which we could see the same for Moicano. Moicano's decent on the feet. He's not any slouch on the feet. But Chan Sung Jung's 14-5 in MMA, 4-2 in the UFC. 2 losses are to Jose Aldo and Yair Rodriguez, which was his last fight in November, what we just talked about, his November 10th, where Yair Rodriguez ducked underneath his punch and hit him with like an upwards elbow. Very, very strange strike at the very last second of the fight. Heavy heartbreak for Chan Sung Jung, who was winning the entire fight. But he's back now. He's got wins over Dennis Bermudez, Dustin Poirier, Mark Hominick, Leonard Garcia, which he also lost to Leonard Garcia in WC a year prior to that. And then just speaking about Dennis Bermudez for a second, the Menace and the Man podcast, you can go check that out, YouTube, wherever you look at your podcast at. Everybody go check out the Menace and the Man. Great combination. I'm not too sure who the man is. I don't know his name. I don't know him by name. But the man and Dennis Bermudez is a great combination of personalities and the way they mix, and they flow very nicely in a podcast setting, and I like their podcast. It's enjoyable for me to watch. And I like Dennis Bermudez is a good guy. I've seen him at the PFL with his buddy Chris Wade. They were all there to support Chris Wade. Good guy, man. Shout out Dennis Bermudez. Also on the card, who I think is going to win is Renato Moicano. I think Moicano is going to be able to take him to the ground. And although Chan Sung Jung is pretty good on the ground, they got Leonard Garcia and a twister. I think Moicano is going to be able to, even if he's on his back, he's going to be able to throw up some kind of triangle or something like that. So I want all these fights to be stand-up. I don't want them to go to the ground because, like I said, I'm going to be there watching live. When you go to the ground, it's kind of harder to see. You find yourself looking up at the monitor a little bit to where if they're standing up, you're looking directly in the cage. You can see everything that's going on for the most part, So I kind of hope it's a stand-up fight, but I got Moicano in a 5-round fight and a 3rd round submission for Moicano. Also on the card, Dan Ige versus Kevin Aguilar. Matt Wyman making his return against Luis Pena, an up-and-coming rising star. Ariana Lipsick versus Molly McCann, the rising star that's coming out of England. De'Aaron Wynn having his 3rd opponent now against Eric Spicely. Spicely was supposed to fight on the Fort Lauderdale card a couple months go. Wynn was supposed to fight. I forget who was supposed to fight. A couple of different people now. I don't think we'll be able to find it where I'm going to search for it, but I will search for it for you guys just to see if I can find that information offhand. No, I can't. Of course I can. Oh well. He was supposed to fight two other people. Both guys backed out of the fight, injury or whatever have you. And then Eric Spicely stepped in. So let's see if Spicely can come away from the submission against a really, really good wrestler who trains with Cormier and Khabib and all those guys. And then last but not least in the card, Andre Ewell versus Anderson Dos Santos. And I think it's going to be a fucking fire fight. By no means do I think that's going to be a slow fight at all. But all exciting fights, exciting prelim fights, exciting main card fights. I'm very excited to go to Greenville and see what they got to offer over there. Now this here, Jorgen De Castro. Let's see what we can get here because our stream is freezing like a motherfucker. Fuck Brendan Schaub once again. My boy Brendan, but I mean, you can't be taking down MMA streams on Twitter. Everybody's turning a blind eye at us until you fucking want to open your mouth and talk about it on your stupid ass podcast that gets like millions of views. You should know better, man. You should know better not to say anything. But he didn't. And he got it taken down, man. So now we got fuzzy streams freezing everywhere. I might just turn on the ESPN app, but I would have to sign in. I don't got the fucking thing on hand. Let's see what we can get pop up here. Back to live. Come on. And maybe we will check it out. I'll have to get the sign-in info. Sucks, guys, but bear with me. Give me a minute. Give me just a minute here to find my guys' login info. But I mean, I think the dude who I'm watching right now is streaming off of the ESPN Plus app, so I don't think it's going to be any better on ESPN Plus. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. Got it. Now let's log in. Let's see if we can get. This thing is still freezing. I could hear it freezing in the background. 4 fights. There's supposed to be 5 fights on this one, but there's only 4. It's gonna go quick. That's why it's an 8 o'clock one. We're gonna get done early tonight. I'm actually kind of happy about. We normally do these and they're later at night. We're gonna be done a little bit early tonight, so let's see how this goes. And I was going to say kudos to my internet connection, my 5G that we just got today. But what the fuck? You know what I mean? Create account. I want to sign in. Why the fuck does it tell me to sign up, man? I want to sign in. I clicked on the word sign in. It brings me to the fucking sign up. I think nobody uses this stupid ass ESPN Plus shit, man. Alton Meeks and Jorgen De Castro. This is who we have fighting. Oh shit. Started already? What the fuck? Let me just go to ESPN.com. Let's see what we got, man. I got the fan on. I still have this fuck out here, man. The South sucks, bro. South is no joke. Nah, Meeks is supposed to be fighting right now. The stream, I don't know what's going on with the stream, but for some reason it went back to fucking Brandon Fitzgerald and Paul Fellner talking in the cage. Meeks is supposed to be fighting right now. From what I know, he's supposed to be fighting right now. The guys we speak. Castro is walking out to the cage, and now Meeks should be walking out right now. Right now. But also, when I look on the thing, it's just doing commercials, man. Just showing you previews of the other fights that are to come. One guy just walked out. I don't understand how they're going to a commercial now. And one of the guys literally just walked out to the cage. Fucking hell, man. I got nothing. All my shit's frozen. ESPN won't fucking go. This thing won't fucking go. Here we go. This one's not giving me static anymore. We're just going to go with it. Even if it's choppy, I'll get through the choppy stream just to try to narrate for you guys. And, you know. I honestly feel like this shit started over. It's quite literally one of the guys was walking to the cage. And now I'm looking at what we were looking at 30 minutes ago where it's showing you the two guys side by side. Yeah, right over. I can't do that. Can't do that to the fans, man. This shit ain't live. Need that shit to be live, man. Uh-oh. Now here we are, 36 seconds left in the first fucking round. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, Meeks is rocked. 20 seconds left, frozen stream. That's it. Castro gets the knockout over Meeks. I missed it because my stream sucks ass. I missed quite literally the entire fight there. But Meeks gets knocked out by De Castro. 3 fights left. Hopefully we can get something going before this fucking is over. Holy shit, man. If I turn this off, maybe it'll start working a little better. Now this stops going. What the fuck, man? I'm a mess, bro. I'm a mess. I need a fucking something that makes my Wi-Fi strong as fuck. I need that. You guys know any certain thing like that kind of like just makes your fucking connection that strong? So I really, really, really need that. Especially when I'm going to be like streaming the fight and then also streaming my face. I need something that goes fast. You know what I mean? And this shit's not cutting it. Not cutting it one bit. Yeah, the first winner at the UFC Apex. It's something good to point out. It's a brand new building that they got. That they made, I believe, just for the Contender Series. So I don't think this is going to work with. Yeah, okay, so that's my whole problem. ESPN is literally my entire problem. I was trying to do ESPN along with this stream, so I had 2 windows open. As soon as I close the ESPN window, this one just starts going. Fucking ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Good win, though, from Jurgen De Castro. All to Meek. Sorry, man. I did a little quick for you. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left in the first round. So you're so close to getting out of the first round there. And De Castro finished it out. I'm going to lose it with this stream, man. I really am. I'm going to lose it. It just won't go. I just don't freeze. It's that I would think it's that easy. Just don't freeze. Have it go all the way through. Brandon Schaub's an asshole, so This is where the problems come from. I don't mean to be a dick and keep like bringing it up, like, oh, Brennan tried this, Brennan tried that, but it's like, dude, all you have to do is keep your mouth shut and not say a fucking word. Nobody be in this situation. You just had to talk about it. There's just certain things, like when you get big, you know about certain underground things, you don't talk about it. Especially when you know however many people are watching you, you definitely don't talk about it, man. That's for sure when you don't talk about your fucking, the illegal underground shit that we got going on. Biggest underdog on this card, and he gets a win. That's great, man. My family, my coaches, my teammates, apparently, the people's main event is coming up next, according to Marcel, which is Bill Aglow versus Brendan Lawgreen. 12-3 is Bill, and 16-3 is Brendan. I fight for my family, yeah. Everybody does, don't they? I would think that's what ultimately the goal is there, man. Trying to put money on the, or bread on the table for your family, man.
Well, ultimately, he's obviously a phenomenal wrestling name, but you showed some phenomenal wrestling defense.
Oh, apparently, see, we missed the whole first round, but apparently this guy, Meeks, is a great wrestler, and this guy put on amazing takedown defense, according to Senko, Lord Senko. So his wrestling partner is a 185er. Small but fast. Let's see if my man Rips is doing anything. If Rips is, I know for a fact we'll be able to see it. It won't, that Ripple shit won't be fucking freezing. This dude fucking, I don't know what it is, man. Certain people just don't get the right streams, and when they try to fucking screen record.
You said coming into this fight, if I lose for 3 kicks, the fight's gonna be over, and that is exactly what happened. Talk us through how you set this last week up.
Please, Rippy. Please, Rippy. Tell me you're doing this for Dana White. Do it for Dana. Dana. 50 G's, baby. Fuck, man.
That's good stuff here. From the boss man, congratulations. Go enjoy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Laura. That bass, that yell, that emotion, that says it all, and that is what we have seen on this show.
Oh, dude, it's like it goes fine every time I don't go in it. And once I go into the video, it starts freezing. And it's not like I can get off of that, because even though that one's skipping, that's literally the only thing I could find to put it on. Yeah, that dude's probably going to get, I mean, I didn't see the whole first round, but that dude's probably, based off of the knockout, if we don't see any, like, if these other 3 guys don't do any crazy shit, they're going to be the contract right there. We'll see, though. These next guys are in featherweight, so it's going to be some fast striking. One of these guys out of Pennsylvania, the other guy out of England. Pennsylvania guys fought mostly in Ring of Combat. And then Cage Fury Fighting Championships, where he lost to Jared Gordon, a good friend of Gordon. The other guy mostly fighting in like ACB and shit like that. He has UFC debut though. He fought Brandon Lundgren fought in the UFC one time against Mike Wilkerson, lost, and then in 2017 avenged that loss in ACB. So. Like I'm not in the thing right now, and you guys could hear it. It's not skipping at all. There's zero skip going on. But let me click on that motherfucker. Guarantee you that shit's gonna freeze. I don't know what it is, man. I think my computer hates me. My computer honestly probably hates me a little bit. You don't have to deal with it right now. We're gonna have to get something going. I'm trying to watch a Contender Series. Both. One fight down. We got 3 left. Hopefully we can get a stream that doesn't freeze for these last 3 fights. And I hear these are going to be some great fights, man. Everybody's here. Does anybody know any of the fighters on the Contender Series that's going on right now? Has anybody paid attention to those guys in the past? I know Brent Lundgren's pretty popular. You know, he's been in the UFC once and stuff like that. But does anybody recognize any of these names? I know I didn't. I had to look up all of them. I had to look up the only one that's kind of familiar is Hannah Goldie, who fought in Allen fights for pretty much all of her fights. Fuck, man. Where's the login button here? It only gives you an option to sign up. What about sign in, assholes? Oh, man, ESPN's killing me, dude. They really are killing me, dude. There should be 2 options. Sign up, sign in. Didn't ask me to sign up every fucking time I log in. What about my sign in? I've already got an account, assholes. Fuck, man. It was really good. It actually is a really good thing that the UFC went to. Got it. The UFC went to ESPN, but it's like you should have worked a lot of shit out before you went to ESPN, man. A lot of shit. All this online ESPN Plus shit, there should have been a way easier way to figure out how to do all this shit. They definitely should have kept a lot of this shit on Fight Pass. I think. Case sensitive. Log in. Now ESPN, man, you should be showing people there's a reason not to get illegal streams. And you should let this thing go with no fucking freezing. If that's the case, hey man. Anytime there's a fight on ESPN Plus, I'll always cut. If you guys don't freeze for me right now, anytime there's ever a fight from ESPN Plus, I will always go to ESPN Plus to watch it. I'll never illegally stream it. If you guys don't freeze. If you guys start freezing again, I ain't promising you shit, man. Just fuck off with all that shit. That shit's having trouble right now. Click on the fight. It wants to just load for like 30 minutes, dude. Like, let's go. We're missing shit. I don't think the fight has started yet, but still, man, let's fucking go. Got a black screen that says ESPN. That's not what I want, man. I want to see some action. Let's go. Press the play button now. Play button just come up. Now I'm in black again. I know both of them are trying to load. I hear you. As soon as ESPN shows me that you will work, I'll click out of the other one. I'll click out of the other one right now, just to try to speed ESPN up. And now it's going to make me sign in again, dude. What? Are you fucking serious, bro? This thing's gotta be joking me, man. It really does. Gotta be kidding me. I literally have a screen up that's got, I go to the profile, it's got all my information and all that, and then now I have a screen where I'm trying to click on the fights and it says, get more sports with ESPN Plus, sign up now. And I'm signed in. I'm literally signed in. And this thing's telling me to sign up now. Liz Carmouche will fight Valentina Shevchenko, UFC Fight Night 156 in Montevideo, Uruguay on August 10th. A little bit of news for you dropping right there. In between the fights and in between us trying to find a fucking stream, man. Still says to sign up. What does a brother got to do? Tell me, what do I got to do? Clearly, my login information is still in there. Bring me to this next screen that tells me to sign up again. ESPN Plus, I hate you. I literally hate you, man. I'd rather pay for fucking Fight Pass than to pay your stupid ass shit with fucking ESPN Plus. Fight Pass worked. Fight Pass didn't give these problems. You didn't take a fucking year and a day to get me in a Fight Pass. Fucking hell. I'm about to miss the people's main event, apparently. Like, this is like, this guy just compared this to Cowboy versus Tony Ferguson. I'm about to miss it. It's fucking ESPN Plus. Makes me sick, man. It really does. Loading. God damn, man. Fucking killing me, man. Really are fucking killing me. And believe it or not, no problems until I got to fucking ESPN. Zero. Did a little mishap with the other one, but until I brought up ESPN to try to have it as a backup, I didn't have any problems with that one either. Literally all my problems stem from ESPN. Every single one of them. How about ESPN? Never buy ESPN Plus. I would never. If I actually paid money for that subscription and then it went slow like that, I'd lose my fucking mind. We're a minute into this fight. Hopefully we don't freeze here. Well, I ran with a mean, stiff leg kick there. Ooh. Big overhand left from Al misses. Algio. Throwing those leg kicks in there is Brandon Lorraine. Ooh, big right hand from Lorraine. Call him Brendan and Bill. I'm gonna call him Brendan and Bill, not their last names. Ooh. Which Brendan seems like he's more, even though they have very similar records, I feel like Brendan seems more experienced, I guess, fighting in the UFC once, fighting in the ACB and this other guy. Ring of Combat and Cage Fury Fighting Championships, kind of a small organizations, I guess you would say. I guess that's pretty debatable, ACB and Cage Fury Fighting Championships, just because CFFC is on Fight Pass. So I guess that's a little hard to say that one is bigger than the other. Brennan with pressure in the clinch up against the cage. Bill trying to find his way to separate. He's throwing knees to the body. Dirty boxing in here. Oh, Brandon with a trip and then misses overhand right. Oh, spinning body kick from Lagrange. Marcel, I gotta agree with you, man. I would definitely say this is a very good fight, and the two remaining fights that we have, the next fight after this has a combined record of 10-2 of the two fighters, and then the next one after that is a combined record of 14-3 from the two fighters. And with these two fighters, we have a combined record of 28-6. So these two definitely the most experienced on this entire card, and it's been very exciting from what I've seen from the 4:15 mark down to a minute 30 left in the first here. Interesting to see that the Contender Series cage is almost identical to the UFC cage, except UFC says UFC in the middle, and this one says Dana White's Contender Series in the middle. Other than that, they got the Devour thing on the side, Motel 6 on the side. I guess they just keep all the same sponsors for it, and they just Herb's making him see a doctor. Ooh, that was a fucking vicious eye poke right there. Herb, I mean, that was weird from Herb Dean. Herb Dean just stared at him for like a solid 3, 4, 5 seconds, where he could have got hit again. Exchanging leg kicks there. That's weird. Weird from Herb Dean's going on. Spinning back fist from Brendan misses. It looks like, oh, no. Throwing some knees in the clinch there. Oh, big right hand from Brendan Lagrange. Front kick misses from Bill. Stream's freezing again. Herb Dean scrambling to get out of the way. Jeez, that's Herb. Herb's getting older, man. He's getting up there. Takedown from Lagrange, maybe? Nope. Just has Bill pressed up against the cage here. That's cool. UFC Apex, it says there. Vegas Strong they got, because I guess they're in Vegas. So, of course, they got to put the Vegas Strong up. Another spinning back fist misses from Lagrange. Very, very entertaining first round. You have to say, these guys are trying to impress the boss for sure. Spinning back kick to the bodies. The stinging leg kicks in there. Spinning back fist from Lagrange. Great combinations coming from both men. Whistle noise. There's a whistle now in this one, rather than the buzzer. And also, I just want to point out that news that we just got from the Liz Carmouche and Valentina Shevchenko. Carmouche was supposed to fight Roxanne Modafferi. I'm not too sure when that fight was slated for, but I guess that fight is scrapped now. That they're going Carmouche versus the champion. Still think they should just have Valentina fight the winner of that fight, but Roxanne probably would have won, so they don't want that. Stream has frozen 5 seconds into the second round. Here we go. Stream is not healthy, man. My shit's got fucking polio. Front kick from Angelo misses. Ben Lundgren's keep threatening that takedown. He catches every kick, doing his level changes. Every time they get in close, he clinches with him. Big right hand from Brennan. Lundgren's also doing a great job switching stances as he throws a body kick in there. Very, very weird takedown attempt there. Bill Angelo goes for a trip, doesn't get it. (33-27) and what the judges in the Contender Series are considering significant strikes by way of Lundgren is a head slightly there. Trying to throw in oblique kicks, getting checked. Big right hand there. Fucking hell, man, with this freezing. Press live, so he's probably gonna skip a whole minute. 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes left in the second round. Oh, that could have been a chance right there. Beautiful right hand there from Lundgren. He's getting out of the way of all these straws. Oh, looks like Lundgren's got a broken nose, looks like. Can't tell for sure. His nose looks fucking sideways from where I'm sitting. Getting in the clinch. Ooh, eating a right hand and on the exit. Angelo's doing a great job sticking that jab out there, tapping him in the nose. Beautiful straight from Brendan Lundgren. Big leg kicks here from Bill. Tell Brendan's starting to feel it. Just looks like he's starting to whelp up on the outside of his leg there. Another jab. Bill's stinging that jab in there. I think he's seeing that nose and he's wanting to touch that nose a bit. This could go the other way. I think a lot of people thought Brendan Lundgren was going to win this pretty handily, but looks like Bill Angelo is putting on a pretty good show. Could be good is because I don't think Jared Gordon has a fight right now. He could win this, get a contract, and then we could see Bill Angelo versus Jared Gordon rematch in the UFC, which Angelo's actually outstriking him 31-22, but in the second round, Blake got outstruck 29-19 in the first. He's playing a little bit of catch up as Brandon Lundgren gets a double leg takedown. Standing has Bill Angelo's back standing up. Angelo looks like he's trying to fight the hands. Lundgren with another takedown, just pulling him to the ground this time, threatening to choke, has his arm over in the, oh no, both hooks in for Lundgren. 25 seconds left in the second round here. Is he going to be able to finish the submission? 20 seconds. Loses position. They stand up. 10 seconds. First round, definitely a little even. The fight, the shit was skipping a little bit. On top of that, you got, it was kind of just really back and forth from what I did see. So hard to judge the first, but the second, you got to give all the Logran purely based off of the takedown at the end. He was definitely getting outstruck with that jab. Towards the end, he got his takedown. Aguilar was able to get up. He got taken down again. I'm trying to see. His corner's doing a really good job covering him up so he can't see. We can't see him. Oh, his nose is fucked unless that's the way his nose really looks. Like on a day-to-day basis, I doubt it, though. His shit looks fucked up, man. Big time. You got the cut man in there trying to fix him up, but I mean, can't do much for a broken nose, dude. Those outside leg kicks are stumbling Logran. I guess it's pretty hard to judge the second one too, because I mean that takedown, and then you got Logran just getting completely outstruck there, getting some good strikes in, but I mean that jab, those outside leg kicks, inside leg kicks were killing Logran. Third round. Let's see if it's going to live up to the hype here. Who's going to come out with the finish? Logran immediately comes out throwing heat. Aguilar sticking with the jab here. Outside leg kick from Logran is checked. And they're back in the clinch with Bill Aguilar has his back up against the cage once again. I didn't make picks for this, so I'm not biased one way or the other. I'm just glad I'm seeing a pretty good fight here. Ooh. Big knee to the head from Logran. Now Logran's back's up against the cage. Back into the center of the octagon. Ooh. Front kick blocked by Aguilar. Excuse me. Ooh. Anglo shooting for a takedown. Leaves the takedown alone, tries to take the back knee to the face of Logran. And if that nose is broken of Logran, he's a beast, man. He could take a beating, man. The broken nose, and you could take a beating like this still afterwards. That's incredible. That's a tough motherfucker right there. Let's see. Angelo's keeping that jab out there, man. Stays touching the nose. Ooh. Logran's landing at 1-2 3 times in a row now. You can tell Aguilar's got a little blood. Ooh, big right hand. Big right hand from Logran. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is a fucking war here. Oh, shit. Logran's landing at 1-2 over and over and over. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Then he goes leg kick just to switch up on him. Round 3 significant strikes is 30-8 in favor of Logran. That 1-2 is killing Bill Aguilar right now. I don't know if either one of these guys, in my opinion, just based off of a first round knockout in the first fight, this has been a great fight, don't get me wrong. great back and forth fight. A lot of action. Just two tough sons of bitches, man. Now Lawgrain's got his back. Of course, my stream freezes with 1:15 left. And I'm in a very vulnerable position here. Are we serious? See if we can get it started again. Fight's probably over. I think we might have went to decision here. Fight's definitely over. I think might have went to decision here. I don't see anybody still laying on the floor or anything. But the stream is just fucking absolute shit, man. Absolute shit. I think Lawgrain, from what I've seen, which wasn't much, guys, just because it was freezing. I mean, I seen the whole fight. I didn't see the last minute 15. I didn't see the first 45. In the last minute 15, Lawgrain had his back on the ground, second away measure, just gave him a little bit of ground and pound. It's more than likely how that round ended. So you gotta give it. I mean, I think the decision definitely got to go to Brandon Lawgrain, and he could get a contract from that. He did fight his ass off. He's a beast. Okay, here we go. Significant strikes: 29-19, Lawgrain the first, 23-31, Aldo the second, and then 48-19, Lawgrain in the third. So if you just offset each number, I'd say Lawgrain's won that by a pretty good margin. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, you definitely feel bad for Aglo, but I think this is a good. It's one of those situations where it's like a Mike Davis situation where he lost his fight against Sadiq Youssef, but Sadiq has obviously had a great career in the UFC. Mike Davis had to fight, I think it was like 3 more fights outside the UFC, and then boom, got right in. So this guy's got to put his work in a little bit. And of course, he'll be back, man. I definitely believe this guy would be back soon. Hopefully in the UFC sometime soon if he doesn't get it. I mean, we've seen crazy things. We've definitely seen a lot of crazy things. I wouldn't be shocked if we seen Danny give both of these guys a contract just because how tough they are, man, how much experience they got. I could see them giving the first guy, all right, if the next 2 fights were straight boring spot, I could see them giving the first guy a developmental deal, the first guy that had a knockout, and then these guys contracts. You know what I mean? Like UFC contracts. Now, what the contract would have in it, you're fighting on a fight night, you're fighting on the ESPN Plus card, whatever the case is. I don't know. But I want to see him bring back the Ultimate Fighter, man. That's something I really, really was sad to see go, was Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, it was a great concept. That's what made the sport into, it made the sport into like a, into what it is now, man. Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin, the Ultimate Fighter finale. That's pretty much what made the sport, you know? Let's see if this is gonna. And I got a draft going on right now too, so that's fucking awesome. That this draft's about to start. GNPXH. GNPXH. I got nothing. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Has to go see the password is GNPX. Log in. You belong to one of these draft groups, yeah. Go to the draft. Alright, tell him. I think I'm in there. See what happens. This thing's still telling me to fucking log in, dude.